Everyone's accounted for. Did you have any trouble? Then we leave for the Kingdom of Tanith. The route is tricky and will be considered bandits if we're caught. But getting to the tomb isn't what worries me. If anything happens, well, it won't. Because I can count on you. Ready? What about it? Devious traps, vicious guardians, and likely, at the end of it all, a vault full of dust. At least we won't have to worry about the Iron Wheel. I'd rather sit in the den with a bottle of wine and drink until Andari says I've had too much. But I'm in charge, so it doesn't matter what I think. It matters that we go. Devious traps, vicious guardians.
If I may, there is an alternate path inside the tomb. It is likely full of traps, guardians, and prodigious quantities of dust. A small price to avoid the Iron Wheel. Head to the tomb entrance. Keep watch to the side of the path, the right side. You should notice an old trail leading to a sealed entrance. Simply clear the way, and I shall join you to open the door. Oh my, no. The things inside would most certainly kill me. I do know the trick to the door's hidden latch. The rest, I'm certain you can handle yourself.
The last time I was here, the Iron Wheel wasn't camped in front of the tomb. Perfect. Scout ahead and find us a way inside. Clear the way if you care to. The Iron Wheel can't exactly call for reinforcements. You could also sneak past them. We'll track your progress and follow in your footsteps. That's why we brought Perseus Loke. He said something about a side entrance. Speak with him before you go.
If I may, there is an alternate... Head to the tomb entrance. Keep watch to the side of the path, the right side. You should notice an old trail leading to a sealed entrance. Simply clear the way, and I shall join you to open the door. There it is! One moment, and I'll have it open. I hope. There we are! Watch for traps in there. The Yokudins did love their traps.
Ask Zira. She knows how to do everything in this place, unless it's stealing a dowry.
No idea. Last time, Nicholas had me watch the passage behind us. There must be something in his journal.
Anything useful?
Nicholas loved his puzzles. You're welcome to try. Done. Come on, let's go. The journal says this chasm is called Shinji's Truth. Last time, we never made it across.
I can't see the bottom. Is there a bottom?
Throw yourself in. We'll see how long before we hear the splat.
Quen, walk softly. Look for hidden doors or switches. Belsa, you're with me. I need your help to walk Maluk's path.
And what of your protege?
Watching my back, should anyone try to stab it. Let's go. Forgive me, my old friends.
What did you say?
Nothing. Belsa, do you see that panel? Put your hand on it until I say otherwise.
For what reason?
When I set foot on Maluk's path, an aura of light will surround me. The darkness cannot harm us as long as you touch the panel.
So, what can harm you?
We could fall to our deaths, or the creatures within could devour us.
Well then, enjoy yourselves.
Belsa knows what to do, but we should speak before we cross. On the other side of Maluk's path is Tall Papa's Ewer, a very fancy name for a big vase. According to the journal, we'll need sacred ashes from inside the vase to reach the treasure vaults. So, this is it. We should... We should get going. This is where they died. Edda, Dalder, and Nicholas. Swallowed by the darkness. I'm sorry, I can't talk about this. No use reliving the past. Or regretting it. That's fair. Talking about it might calm my nerves. The darkness is unnatural. Breathe it in and it sickens you. To make things worse, the Guardians on the path attack anyone not of Denobia's bloodline. And then there's the path itself. It twists and turns. You don't know where you're going until you're out there. You'll see what I mean. Keep your wits about you. Stay with me inside the light and we'll make it through. I won't let anyone else die in here. Here we go. Don't wander, or the darkness itself will flay you alive.
Are you there yet?
We're still moving. Keep holding the panel. Ida? Dalder? What happened to their bodies? And where is Nicholas? I could hear their screams as I held the switch. I had to do something. I couldn't... There's no end to the darkness.
Zira, my arm's getting tired.
Don't you dare release that panel!
One of the statues gave me a funny look!
Don't antagonize it! We made it. That must be the vase. Sorry. Tall Papa's you. Wait. That lamp belonged to Nicholas. I watched it go out. I heard him die. Falura must have come here to investigate. She could have picked it up and brought it here. Nicholas couldn't have survived. Could he? That lamp definitely belonged to Nicholas. I procured it for him. I saw him drop the lamp. It hit the path and went out. And all I remember is darkness and pain. Just grab the ashes so we can leave. I don't want to spend any more time in this place. Bring the ashes. We should return to Quen and walk softly. Be careful with those. Velsa, you could let go of the panel.
I know what you did.
What?
I know how they died. How you killed them.
That's low, Velsa. Even for you.
Always had to be the hero. Be the Guildmaster's darling.
You're cracked. I didn't need anyone's approval.
You held the panel. From here you saw the creatures closing in. You thought you could save them. Only you! So you released the panel. Grabbed your weapon, rushed out to meet them.
I could have saved them.
Because in your head, you are the hero. But the light faded. The darkness rushed in and ate them alive!
I tried to reach them.
And the darkness tried to eat you alive, so you had to recover from your wounds. That's why you didn't return to Abba's landing. At least not soon enough.
I crawled from the tomb. The darkness. You can't imagine the pain.
You were the only one who could have warned the Guild. Who could tell them the Iron Wheel was coming.
Velsa, stop.
Zira, you were never the hero. You were always a thief. Now, you're just a shadow.
Quen, it's a bad idea.
Words escape me.
Someone tell me what I'm seeing.
We heard strange noises in the chasm. Stone grinding against stone. Quen, well...
I found this invisible bridge.
So you followed my advice and threw yourself into the chasm.
The ashes. Spread them on the bridge to see where it leads. And Quen, get back from there. Clear the way. We'll be right behind you. The door to the treasure vaults, just through this crypt. We
Do
made
all
it.
crypts come with whatever that is?
Every tomb needs a guardian. An old Yokuden saying, wasn't it?
Your introduction is formless and without grace. Recite Denobia's maxim.
That's alarming.
Velsa, Quen, walk softly. Stay back. If it's hostile, we'll handle it.
Recite Denobia's maxim, or you shall be deemed trespassers.
It must be some kind of passphrase. If you have any ideas, now's the time to call them out.
You can't seriously expect us to.
Falora!
Yakuda!
Passphrase!
Gaiden Shinji!
Idiots.
Velsa, you aren't even trying.
Trespasser! Denobia's justice falls upon you!
I'll meet you at the hideout. That didn't go as planned.
You're right. I honestly thought it would kill us all.
Come on, let's see what's in the treasure vaults.
Let me see that. Nicholas used half maps like this. Thin overlays placed atop existing maps. You line them up with common points of reference.
That page, is it from the journal Nicholas kept? Tuwaka watches over you. The passphrase for the Crypt Guardian? I nearly had it.
What's wrong with that skeleton? Missing its head. Looks like it was hacked off. Must have been done by whoever stole the dowry. But why desecrate a skeleton?
Nicholas survived somehow. He came here and took Magnifica Felora's dowry for himself. I don't want to believe it, but that's how it seems. Unless I'm missing something. Am I missing something? This is his handwriting, but it could have been taken from his journal by someone else. The skeleton must be Denobia herself. This is her tomb, after all. I don't see what it has to do with Nicholas, missing skull or not. 3 points on this sheet. Nicholas always used Abaz Landing and Noshira Citadel as a reference. If I line up those 2 points... Well now, the 3rd point is in Hughes Bane, out in the middle of nowhere. Trash he left behind? 3 dots on a page are meaningless unless you know the trick. The only people who did were dead on Maluk's path. Head to Hughes Bane. If Nicholas does have a hideout in the desert, it's time we crack it open. This makes no sense. If Nicholas stole the dowry, why didn't he return to the guild? Could he be injured or perhaps trapped? Return to Abbas Landing. I'll meet you at this secret retreat of his. We need to find answers. Is it strange that I don't want to find anything? I don't want to believe Nicholas abandoned us, even though it's probably true. We should look around. Papers. Signed by Kosh? What are those doing here? Ancient Yakutan coins, stamped with the likeness of Denobia. Those must be from the dowry. Nicholas had a disguise kit just like this one. In fact, this is his disguise kit. Look closely. There's a hollow crystal with... Is that blood inside? Whose blood? I know how Nicholas survived Maluk's path. The crystal must contain Aldenobia blood. Maluk's path would ignore you if you held it. You'd need a lamp to find your way through the darkness so you could grab a handful of ashes. From there, all you'd need is the Crypt Guardian's passphrase. I've seen enough. Nicholas faked his death and stole the dowry. Now he's working with that merchant lord, Kosh. To think I mourned that bastard. Nicholas would have kept such a thing from the guild. The less they know, the less trouble they'll cause. But I'm going to tell the Thieves Guild. I want them to cause a world of trouble, and I want to lay it all on his doorstep. let's go. I told the guild about Nicholas betraying us. Walk softly took it in stride. Quen gave me a hug, and Elsa walked off without a word. All in all, better than expected. The Iron Wheel is a hurricane that blew into port and smashed everything in its path. Nicholas and Kosh are the ones who set it in motion. Now, we learn what they hold most dear. Then, we take it from them. Nicholas taught me how to be a thief. I knew him for over a decade. Trusted him. Not much else to say, is there? What about? No. He seemed a bit distant before we first went to Aldenobia Tomb, but it was also the biggest heist we'd ever pulled off. Nothing prepared me for this. Velsa was right, and I don't say that lightly. I am responsible. Edda and Dalder died because of my mistake. Nicholas. I can only pray his death is far worse than what happened to the others.
There you are! I've got news for you. You hear about the wedding? Magnifica Falora, the one with the missing dowry. Kosh found it, returned it, and now she's agreed to marry him for the future of Tanith or some drivel. Zira thinks our old guildmaster is behind this. She wants Nicholas to pay for betraying us. So do I. Last I saw Zira, she was pacing about in the den, going to put a furrow in the floor if she isn't careful. You sound like Thrag, going on about the whims of nobles. Go ahead, ask him and feel your head start to spin. My head's spinning right now, different reasons.
There you are. You heard about the wedding? This is our chance to repay Nicholas for selling out the Thieves Guild. Nicholas must have planned all this, stealing the dowry, using it as leverage on Falora. Now she's bound to marry Kosh, his puppet. So we're going to crash the wedding. If Magnifica Falora learns exactly who she's about to marry, she'll turn the Iron Wheel on Kosh. And if we threaten Kosh's future, Nicholas will scuttle into the open. I look forward to stepping on him. Silverclaw said he'd help with invitations. Meet him at his shop, down by the harbor. I haven't decided. But whatever happens, you deserve to be there.
Well,
Oh, hello. Zira sent word I should expect you. Every important merchant in Abba's landing received a wedding invitation. Every single one. But not Silverclaw. Lord Walavir, for one. That paranoid cheat lounges about the market as though he owns every tile on the walls. Or that lush Lady Balina. She won't even attend. Just use it as an excuse to buy another dress from Perseus Locke. She's sweet on him, you know. I dislike them equally. Lord Walavir would keep it in his pocket. Were you subtle enough, you could take it from him. Lady Balina would certainly leave it upon her bedroom dresser. Slip past her mentioned servants and house guards to retrieve it. Good, good. When you do, meet me at your Thieves' Den. I may have experience in duplicating official documents. For my records, you see.
How can we expect a decent forgery? I can barely read your writing.
That is intentional. I write defensively. It keeps prying eyes from deciphering my ledger.
Don't seem to be making much progress.
Perhaps I could just lie down here for a bit.
Help! I've been pickpocketed!
Well?
Precious merchandise.
This one or...
This one loves this. I hope that was good for you too.
What is it?
Vendor to royalty.
Why do I keep losing things?
I don't remember.
What? Velsa, for the third time, I hear your concerns.
And ignore them at your peril.
Well, I'm in. A wedding at Ubalajad Palace? Just imagine the spread.
Did you get the invitation? Whose did you acquire? No, don't tell me. I want to see it with my own eyes. Let me see here. And guest! Oh, this is good! The invitation allows for a single companion! Once you select your guest, you should visit the Diamond Thimble. If you aren't clothed in one of Perseus Locke's outfits, you'll stand out like a sore claw. You don't have to dress up. You get to dress up. But your companion will need to acquire an outfit as well, so go on. I'll be over here. The invitation will be ready in no time at all.
Yes? Why are you looking at me like that? You can't be serious. Why? Well, it seems you do have some sense in your head. The wine will help me get through this, as long as it isn't the same slop from the sentient serpent.
pleasure, Lady Bellina. I always enjoy dressing you up.
Mansion later to collect your payment. Have I mentioned my husband is away?
3 times, in fact. My assistant will bring you the bill. Ah, my unlikely savior returns. Zira sent word of your stylistic needs. Well, any of the selections you see here should fit. I have an eye for these things. Please note, the outfit shall be on loan. I humbly ask you return it with the exact same number of holes as when it left my establishment. Oh, that's like asking a parent to pick their favorite child. Each is special in its own way. Delicate fabrics and exhilarating patterns breathe life into whoever dons them. I don't mean to oversell it, but you shall feel born anew. Oh, go with what speaks to you. The first choice is always the best one. Not after the merchant lords caught wind. It's good to be the preeminent tailor of Abba's Landing. Chief Inspector Ron Beek himself sent a personal apology. Something about excess zeal on the part of his underling. Oh, that horrid place of darkness. Magnifica Flora tried to lead me through, but I panicked and fled. It was sheer luck that I didn't fall to my death. And if she hadn't given me that trinket, we wouldn't be speaking today. Yes, it had a crystal holding a small amount of her blood. I mentioned it to your old guildmaster when he asked about the particulars of Aldenobia tomb. It's strange. I seem to have misplaced it. I haven't seen it in months. Why do you ask? Not after the merchant lords caught wind.
Quality and variety. Come see for yourself.
What is it?
Remarkable. As though the outfit chose you.
Hard to miss you in that. My. You don't exactly clean up, but you look absolutely roguish. I'll need my own outfit for the wedding. Something with a covered face. Not exactly. If Nicholas is working with Kosh, he may have given my description to the guards. I'll need your help to get inside. When you gain entrance to the palace, distract whoever watches the gates from within. I'll do the rest. Good. Here's the wedding invitation, straight from the desk of Silverclaw. After you meet your date at Hubalajad Palace, present this to the gateman. I'll watch for your distraction.
You are the worst thief I've encountered all day.
You're late. We should hurry.
Did you really have to do that?
You have that look again. Shut up. Good. Let's get this over with.
Look at you. Such impeccable fashion belongs on the other side of this gate. Though I am a fool to request it, might I have your invitation? Yes. Everything in order as expected. Refreshments shall be served until the wedding begins. And might I compliment your impeccable timing? We were just about to lock the gates. Don't want any riffraff finding their way inside. A wise suggestion of Chief Inspector Ron Beek. He's to officiate the ceremony, did you know? But of course you did. Please, come in. Tonight your safety is guaranteed by the Iron Wheel and House Guards alike.
I've seen better weddings. Head to the wine tent, drink our own weight, and leave her to the guard. No? You're no fun. I don't know. Convince the doorman to leave? If that doesn't work, there must be a way to sow a bit of chaos around here.
Are you lost? Wedding's in the other direction. What do you mean? You were the last through the gate. As long as I'm standing here, no one else is getting in. I'll need an explanation. And if I'm not satisfied, you can join Magnifica Falor on the other side of the gate. Huh. I heard rumors about Tanith intrigue, but having to do that on her own wedding day, I almost feel sorry for her. I need to check on one of the guests. Don't want to see anyone when I get back, if you follow my meeting. Make it quick.
Good work. Come. We should speak somewhere private. Perfect timing. I can't exactly climb the palace walls in this outfit. Before the wedding, the groom should be presented to his guests, an old Tanith tradition. Wherever Kosh is, Nicholas won't be far behind. We'll need to keep an eye on him, avoid drawing attention to ourselves. Everyone seems to be gathering closer to the palace. You lead the way. I'll watch for Nicholas. This is a nice change of scenery from the den. First time I've been inside Hubalajad Palace. This place is a bit of a fortress.
What's with the horns on the helmet?
Let's hurry. I want to get a good look at Kosh. See for myself what kind of spineless marionette
Now
would
go,
dance
before
for
I
Nicholas.
beat you with a spoon.
I just wanted some
Have you never
chicken.
looked in a mirror?
What am I to do?
Everyone, I require your attention.
This is it. Stay close. Let's see if Nicholas makes an appearance.
It is an honor and privilege to introduce our host for the evening. May I present the impending husband of Magnifica Falora, Lord Kosh.
Welcome to my home. I must thank all of you for joining me on this momentous occasion.
That's Nicholas.
Please, eat and drink your fill. Soon, I shall speak to you not as a humble merchant, but as a noble of Tanith.
Nicholas is Kosh?
Not if we can help it, you swit.
Damn it. I should have put it together. Nicholas played us. He played everyone. There was never any Kosh to begin with. I don't know how Nicholas reinvented himself as a reclusive merchant lord, but he managed to do so. He could have been planning this for years. Bastard. We need to stop the wedding. Actually, we need Falora to do so. I think this can still work. Let's split up, learn where she is and how we can reach her. I need to come up with a very convincing argument.
I have so many things to say about Zira's outfit. Later, when we're back in the den.